What we have now is the cherry on top of the sundae, which is your feature, right? Right? So I could take like 20 minutes introducing this feature, but I'm not going to because y'all gotta go to work in the morning, as do I. But I will say that the feature is one of my favorite humans. She is a survivor, an incredible writer, a self-proclaimed hater of love poems, which is a lie. She actually loves love poems. She just hates poorly written love poems, which of course is most love poems. But anyway, I digress. She is going to come up here and she's going to give you pieces of herself, and I hope that you are open to receiving them. So can y'all do me a favor and everybody just take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. All right? All right, now I want you to make some beautiful noise for your feature. The amazing, the wonderful Miss Erica Nicole.
Medusa was a beautiful maiden who devoted her life to being a priestess to the goddess Athena. The god Poseidon found Medusa so beautiful, he raped her on the floor of Athena's temple. Athena, outraged by the desecration, punished Medusa by turning her into an ugly, green-tinged monster with bloodshot eyes and snakes for hair. One look would turn a man to stone. They say Athena wanted Medusa to pay for what she had let happen to her. But what if this is not how the story went? Medusa, my darling, forgive me, that even in my home of worship, I cannot protect you from all of his unholy. You were not the first woman forced on her knees in prayer to someone unworthy of all your goodness. Yours will not be the last sacrifice made in the name of lust, or ego, or anything but love. He does not love you. Love cannot live without consent. Affection should not feel like defilement. I cannot keep you here. I cannot ask you to walk across the same floors that hold the remnants of your innocence, but I can bring you somewhere far away where you will not have to be reminded of what he has done. He deserves to be punished. He deserves to know what wrath feels like coming from the hands of a woman betrayed. I should force him to crumble, drown him in the seas of his own destruction, but at best, I will only be called jealous. You will be remembered as something too easily conquered. So instead, I'll make you someone new. Someone who will never fear the touch of man. This will be my gift to you. It will never be enough, but it will keep you safe. Few will see it as a blessing, but most will never know the curse it is to live in a woman's body. How easily this flesh can be seen as tribute. I will take away all the beauty men thought was theirs to conquer, turn skin into warning sign, golden locks into weapons. You will learn to carry yourself in such a way no one will come close enough to hurt you. I could teach you how to stop a man cold in his tracks with just one glance. They will call you a monster. They will call me heartless and vengeful. It won't be the worst things a woman has ever been called. When a woman remembers her worth, some men seem to forget her name, so they will call you everything but. I wish this wasn't the legacy of womanhood I had to pass on to you, but from one woman to another, it is my duty. Medusa, my darling, I hope you can forgive me. What's up right about now? I'm Erica Nicole. I love you too. I'm so excited to be here. I've been writing poetry since I was a kid, but I didn't start performing until I moved to Texas 3.5 years ago.
There you go.
And this is the very first stage that I ever performed my work on. Yeah, so I'm so happy to be featuring here. I love Right About Now. I love the family that Right About Now has given me, so thank you so much for coming out. Thank you, Amir, for having me. I'm really excited for this feature, so I'm going to say words for you, okay? So I say a lot of things and I write a lot of poems, and I feel like at slams you get these little snippets of who a person is. So this feature is kind of letting you guys get to know me and showing parts of myself. So some things to note. I'm a nerd. Like, I just did a whole Greek mythology poem. I'm a huge nerd. I'm a nerd. I'm a nurse. I'm trying to think what else. You know, you think of all these things that you want someone to know, that they need to know in order to get to know you and to love you. And so I was thinking, and if I came with the user manual, I think it would go a little something like this. Getting started. First, take the time to familiarize yourself with all the parts you'll be working with. 5 foot 5 and a half, red hair, hazel eyes, 34D, 32 waist, 44 around the hips, size 9 shoe, 10 tattoos, and counting. Comes with a quick wit, smart mouth, dirty mind, and a bulletproof glass wall around her heart. Affection and trust sold separately. How to operate. First, make sure not too many people around. She gets nervous. First, make sure there's enough people around. She gets nervous. Cheesy pickup lines work. Food works better. We recommend Chinese takeout, pizza, and tacos. The first time you turn her on, she won't know what to do. I mean, she'll know what to do, but she won't know if she's ready. She'll probably do it anyways. She will let you take her clothes off, but she won't let you watch her get dressed. Lingering eyes tend to find the places where she has been broken, and she doesn't want you to see her as faulty machinery. To see her eyes light up, ask about what she does for a living. If you want to see her shut down, ask about her dad. Getting her to trust you will not be easy. She's been built to assume she only has 3 settings: be used, be hurt, be left. Anything beyond this requires reprogramming. Be honest. She doesn't lie. So she will think you always mean what you say, always mean what you say. She'll replay your interactions over and over again in her mind late at night when she can't sleep. She will tell you she doesn't give a fuck. And she won't. Until she does. See troubleshooting for more information. Troubleshooting, number 1. The first time she cries in front of you, be gentle. No quick movements, no loud voice. Don't tell her it'll be all right, just hold her. Don't ask her why she's crying, just tell her you are here. She doesn't like to let people see her break down, just remind her that she is not broken. 2, she will panic. When she realizes she feels comfortable around you, when she realizes she trusts you, when she realizes she loves you, she will panic. Panic looks like anger. Panic looks like, I can't come over tonight. Panic looks like, why do you even care? Be still. Try to not let it get to you. Show her that you are not leaving. 3, you will think she doesn't love you because she won't say the words, but she will tell you. She will tell you to put your seatbelt on. She will tell you, babe, I ordered your favorite. She will tell you she trusts you. This manual should provide answers to all basic questions regarding operating and troubleshooting this product. Manufacturers will tell you they're not responsible for any defects. Your return at any point, but refunds are not guaranteed. Lifetime warranty, the departed will always be yours. Use caution before getting too close. Let's be real. Nobody ever reads the instructions. How we feeling?
Good.
All right, so this is the point in the feature where you take out your phone and you go to Facebook, Instagram, social media of your choosing, and you follow me at Erica Nicole Poetry.
Erica Nicole!
There we go. All right, so I'm gonna do a short poem for y'all. Poem that I've never read before. New shit.
New shit!
Old new shit. So I said this feature is about getting to know me. And in order to get to know me, you need to know about this person in my life. They're kind of in and out of my life, but they meant a lot to me growing up. As RJ mentioned, I am a survivor. I'm a survivor of sexual abuse. I am a survivor of living in a household with domestic violence. And this is the first person that ever knew that. So they mean a lot to me. A letter to the boy next door. To the boy next door, you have been a lifetime of firsts. You were my first kiss at 8 years old, the first lie to my parents at 14, the first boy to see me naked at 15. You were the first hero to stand up to my bullies, the first person I trusted my secrets with, The first love that would ever leave me. You were the first lesson in a textbook of heartbreak, the first communion to every unholy romance that would follow, the gateway drug for a lifetime of loving people that could never stay. Yours was the first apology not tied with strings of expectation. You were the first one to fix the pieces you had once broken to me. You were the first boy I ever saw really become a man. Prove to me that people can change, that love can win, that time can heal. You are so many of my firsts. I hope you know, out of all the girls that have loved you, I was your first. Forever with love. The girl next door.
So this is the awkward part of the feature where I interrupt them, and then we pass around this collection bag. This is not going to the building fund. Black people know what that is. They all just look at me like, this is not going to the building fund. This is going so that our features can come back to us. We're helping finance them. Being an artist is hard, right? So we want y'all to help them. And Erica told me that earlier tonight that she's donating all of the proceeds from tonight to a special cause. Her bills. So please donate. We like the kind that jingles, but we prefer the kind that folds, all right? And Erica, do you have any merch?
I do have merch.
What merch do you have?
I have a lot of merch.
Okay, let's just start with a few things first.
All
let's
right.
go with books first.
Okay, so I have my first book, which is To the One Who Loves Her Next.
And how much is that book?
That book is $12.
Okay, y'all messed that up, so we're gonna try with the next one. What's the other book?
So again, super nerd. I have a chapbook of entirely Harry Potter poems.
And how much is that one? Wait for it. Y'all got excited. Okay, hold on.
That book costs $9 3/4.
9 3/4? You can't afford not to buy it. That was
If you
better.
laughed, you gotta buy it because that means you're with me.
All right. Okay. All right. And what else do you got?
So I also have posters, I have cups, and I have wristbands that range from $3 to $12. So
From $3 to $12, you can't afford not to buy it. Now I'm gonna go sit my black ass down and let her get back to her feature. All right?
All right. I have one other merch item for sale. Some of you might know Ryan McMasters, who's also a poet. I write him on now. We co-authored a book together, and it is meant to raise awareness of suicide among LGBTQ youth. It follows the life of a fictional queer youth who ultimately ends up completing suicide, but it's from the perspective of inanimate objects around her. And it has statistics. It also has resources at the back of the book, and a portion of all proceeds is being donated to the Trevor Project.
Thank you.
So definitely come see us. So, important part about me, since this is the Get to Know Me feature, I'm hella queer. And hella proud. On being bisexual, or more accurately identifying as polysexual, but never actually correcting anyone, because what does it matter if you're already invisible? My friends say that dating should be easy for me. But when I put that I was attracted to both men and women on a dating app, instead of exploring relationship possibilities with people based on people and not their parts, I found that I might as well have just put fleshlight or vibrator as my description. I lost count of how many straight couples wanted me to be their experiment, saw me as nothing more than a party trick. Amazed they'd finally found their own bisexual unicorn. Like the pimps, who talked to me like I was their next big sell. Did you know a customer will pay more for a girl who's willing to work in pairs? Unicorns have always been wanted for their head. Don't get me wrong. Any day of the week, I will tell you that queer girls are better at sex. But that doesn't mean it's all we are good for. We are worth more than what our mouths can do. Our existence has always mystified the hunters. I get it. Centuries of lore presume to know how to catch us. But we do not just appear on your command. I will not be your tour guide as you delve into the world of magical liberation. I will not be your one queer fuck buddy you can ride over a rainbow with and suddenly, poof, every fucked up thing you've said about my community is forgiven. You don't get to fuck me and then tell me I'm not real. There's not enough magic in me to heal all the asshole in you. I don't care what your gender is. If you're a man playing out a fantasy where you dick slay the gay away, or a woman convinced I'm a confused lesbian trying to fit in with this heteronormative world, fuck you. My anger is not a phase. My sexuality is not a fluke. Queer girls are not your imaginary fuck toys. We might be magical, but you can never make us disappear. So you can sit your judgmental ass on my horn. Twice. No lube. Also, shout out to my teammates, Rayla and Monica. Give full up. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of VIP up in here, so thank my team, my family, for coming up in here to support me. I love y'all. So now I'm gonna read from my Harry Potter book. Nerdy shit. So RJ's right, I do hate love poems. Mostly because they're poorly written. They are! Look, okay, I can't tell you how many poems I've watched. Yes, because he performed that poem in front of like 500 people professing his love and being TGA. Hi Alex, hi Mecca. It's on the live stream. But I am gonna read one of my Harry Potter love poems because Harry Potter makes everything better. I want you to kiss me under a full moon. Back up, hold on. Clarifiers in case you don't get the book. This is Tonks writing Lupin a love poem because they're my favorite love story in Harry Potter. I want you to kiss me under a full moon, just so I can prove I'm not scared of what this could become. The monster you've been, the monster you're always at risk to be has never caused me to waver, never made me doubt my love for you. I've loved you since before I knew how to tell you, since before I knew how to describe these hippogriffs in my stomach. I need you to understand that this is not a love I want to disapparate from. You can't obliviate my feelings. I've spent too many nights memorizing the rhythm of your heartbeat, the sound of your breath. I will feel the shift in you before the moon even rises. I want to know you better than you know yourself. I want to teach you how to love the parts of yourself you hide in the darkness. I don't care what anyone has to say. This is the kind of old magic that can't be killed. So let me protect your heart. Let me be your secret keeper. Let me love you. Let me love you when the moon is full, when your heart is heavy, when your body can't take any more of this grief. We can transform together. We can grow together. I make this unbreakable vow to you. I will love you through the darkest nights until the sun rises on the morning we take our last breath together. Woo! How we feeling, y'all? Woo! I got a few more poems for y'all. Alright, so as I mentioned in my user manual poem, if you want to see my eyes lit up, ask about my job. I love what I do. It's not easy at all, but I can't imagine myself doing anything else with my life. As an adolescent psychiatric nurse, I see the world from a different perspective. Know too well how quickly the sun can set on a young life. Spend most of my time pulling children out of their own darkness. I'm grateful for the days that end in sunrises, rather than phone calls to mothers telling them their sons will not rise again. The color red is so much more beautiful when it's spilled across the skyline. When it comes with a promise, and not an apology. Some days, it seems like the dark doesn't want to give up the sky, like the storm isn't ready to quit its howling. There's nothing more heartbreaking than the way shame resonates like thunder in the chest of a hurting child. It isn't easy being the storm chaser. When everyone else is fleeing from the path of destruction, I am headed for the eye of the storm, determined to find hope in the wreckage. Calm their aching winds, remind them dawn is coming. It is a dangerous job, and I cannot always bring them home safely. There are some who do not trust the light in my voice. But let me tell you how wonderful it is when they believe me, when they reach out, open arms, and summer breeze, the way they cling to my waist, the way the sun hugs the skyline every morning. There was one hurricane of a girl, a beautiful disaster of a child convinced she would always be stuck in her own darkness. The day I met Sophia, she had storm clouds for eyes. Big, black, the kind of heavy that wouldn't stop weighing her down. She told me she didn't want to live anymore, that there was nothing for her here. She was 14. I won't forget the day I saw the sky crack in her smile. It was 2 weeks later. She asked me how to live with all this heavy, asked me if it gets any easier. I tried to turn fingertips to sunbeams, tried to wipe away the rainfall from her eyes. I make a habit of not using lies for comfort. So I told her, it's not about lightening the load, but growing strong enough to lift it. Time doesn't always heal, but it does a damn good job of bringing healers into your life. I taught her how to be like the sun, reminded her the sun don't ask nobody's permission to rise every morning. I said, the sky is undeniably yours. Claim that shit. Don't apologize for all your warmth. Be the most amazing sunny day anybody has ever seen, because the world already has enough typhoons. Don't let it twist you into another one. It will have you whirlwind yourself into nothing if you let it. I'm here to show you how to make daybreak out of broken, how to grasp onto the horizon and never question if you deserve it. You deserve it. I remember the day Sophia told me she decided she wanted to live. Said she wanted to get married and have babies and be an adult to see all the things life had in store for her. She asked me if I thought she could make it there. I looked at her. A sunrise kind of smile replaced her storm cloud eyes. I smiled back and I said, you will make it there, and it will be beautiful. One more poem for y'all. So just a side note on that last poem, the kids knew that I was a poet because I used poetry as part of their therapy. And so Sophia had asked me, if I make it through this, can you promise me you'll write me a poem? So she did, and she's alive and she's off somewhere and she might be watching this, and I wrote you your poem, baby girl.
Let's go! There you go!
Alright, so I'm going to close with one of my favorite poems. I truly believe that everything happens for a reason. I don't think I would be the person I am. I don't think I'd be able to help the people I've helped if I hadn't been through what I've been through.
Don't start till you're ready.
Anyone who knows me well knows that I really, really like Harry Potter. Recently, someone asked me which character I would want to be, and that got me thinking. I realized that sometimes the character I relate to the best is Tom Riddle, or, as most people would know him, Lord Voldemort. He used 4 cruxes to separate his soul from his body so that he could never be killed. The people I let touch my body are almost never the ones I allow to explore my mind.
Yes.
I know what it's like to be terrified of the vulnerability of letting someone hold both in their hands. If I keep the two separated, no one will ever be able to hurt me. A diary, a ring, a locket, a cup, a crown, a snake, and a boy. These are the things Tom hid parts of himself inside. I have scattered my soul across late-night drives and stairwell conversations, regained my strength in warm beds, next to warm bodies who could never understand how someone who exudes so much heat could be so cold. They would never understand that this dark magic is sometimes just called self-preservation. I can understand why Tom wouldn't want to keep his father's name. His name, a constant reminder of the man who left, the man he learned all his bad from. His father was the first one to show him that people are expendable. My father taught me how to separate my mind from my body, taught me you can be in 2 places at once if you try hard enough. Separating sex from love was the first magic trick I ever learned. Neither of our fathers were wizards, but they both disappeared from our lives like magic. Stopped loving our mothers as soon as the spell was broken. Didn't find either of us good enough reason to stick around. Left us haunted by their memories and cursed with their names. I know what it's like to let the darkness consume you, to choose what is easy, to let the fear of uncertainty dictate your path. But it is our choices that define who we are. And like Dumbledore said, it matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. I was born my father's child, but I have grown to be something so much better. Thank you right about now.
That was Erica Nicole. I believe she's gonna hang around for a little while after this. She's gonna be over there. She's got merch, she's got books, she's got stuff. She gives out hugs. Consensually ask first, don't just hug nobody, that's weird. Okay, so earlier this evening, we had a poetry slam. Are y'all ready to find out who our winners were? All right.